Yeah. Good looking out there. Yeah. Ha, it's Flav, you heard? It's Flav. Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah. Ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy. Tavern Tiro, welcome back to the show, baby. This is episode 23. This is my Jordan episode, you already know. So this joint gonna be special. I had to look and see. But yeah, this is episode 23. Welcome back to the show, my G's. Did y'all miss me? Because I missed y'all. Not really, but I missed y'all a little bit. Nah, I'm just joking. But welcome back to the show, Tavern Tiro. Episode 23, we moving on up the charts. You already know what it is. We moving on up the charts. Today is Saturday, March 4th. And yeah, man, I'm pretty sad because all of the sports is gone because of this damn coronavirus, but we'll talk about that another time. Hey, I gotta forgive me, I'm looking a little rough because I'm trying to let my beard grow. Y'all see, like, it grow higher, and I'm trying to let my levels get higher, and I'm growing my whole thing down here and trying to let my mustache get all bigger and all of that other stuff because I want a full beard. So I'm gonna look a little rough probably for a few weeks, but I mean, I'm still cute. You heard? Stop playing with me. Welcome back to the show. I missed y'all, and today's episode is going to be, matter of fact, I'm tripping. I'm big tripping. Let me get set. Let me get in the mood. So, as I always do, as I'm getting in the mood, setting the mood, getting it straight, as I always do, I want to thank y'all so much again I want to thank you guys so much again for all of the support thus far. I don't know how many subscribers I had on the last episode, but as of right now, as I'm looking at it front and center, I have 282. So I'm about 18 away from meeting my quota for March because I was kind of off in January. So March, I just want 300. I need 18 more subscribers, and I know y'all can help me because y'all been helping me with that. So as that's being done, I just want to thank all 282 that has already subscribed. I appreciate and love every single one of y'all. I thank y'all for watching my stuff. I know my stuff is kind of long. That's why my views look a little bit low because you got to go back in increments and watch it. You know what I mean? But this is my show. This is how I wanted it to be. And when I have stuff to talk about, I just got stuff to talk about. But that's why it's on YouTube, so you can go back and you can watch it whenever you get a chance to. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about the views as long as the content is good. You know what I mean? That's all I'm really worried about is the content. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for all of the support thus far. I love all of you guys. And I just want to thank you so much for just sharing the word and getting my subscribers up because I really don't know how they're going up, honestly. But I'm just gonna say that it's the terror doing it. You know what I mean? The terror wrecking havoc. So yeah, man, thank you for that. And we're gonna jump right into this joint. This joint probably, it should be a little bit shorter than the normal ones because I don't have any sports to talk about. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything to talk about because everything's been canceled. I should be talking about basketball right now. I should be getting ready for conference championships in the NCAA to, you know, determine the champions, and selection Sunday was going to be tomorrow to tell who was. Yeah, I'll get into that later. But anyways, yeah, this is episode 23. This is my Jordan episode. So we had to make this joint special. So this is going to be topic of the day. And what's going to happen on this joint is because I missed International Women's Day. Today is going to be my appreciation for International Women's Day. You know what I mean? And what I did is I just picked a few special women in my life that's close to me and that has taught me something thus far they've made me who I am today. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell y'all I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 people that I'm gonna talk about briefly, you know what I mean, and just give them their flowers while they still alive. And tell y'all just about the special women in my life that I appreciate that I appreciate so much. But first of all, I just want to thank God, because he was the genius mind behind taking a rib out of a man and creating a woman so that men didn't have to be alone. Because God knows, if there was just men on this earth, first of all, I don't know what I would do, number one. And number two, he know that this earth would have been destroyed probably 10 days after it was built, you know what I mean, for us. But because women are the balance of the world. Women are love, you know what I mean? Women are the ones that actually keep this world going, because women are the only ones that conceive babies, you know. And it's the female species in animals and everything. They are the only ones that can contract a life in them and birth a life. So women are the actual species that makes the world go round. But in the same sense, I'll never understand them. You know what I mean? I don't understand how women think. I don't understand what women's intuition is. I don't, that's just, to me, an excuse for y'all to be crazy, but whatever. I still love y'all. But yeah, I just want to thank God first. You know what I mean? I don't think men are meant to understand women. We just know that we have to live with them. And there's somebody out there for everybody. Just trust and believe that. There's somebody out there for everybody. Because I've seen it. And I'm like, well, if he could get a girl, there ain't no way that I can't. But anyways, yeah, I just want to thank God, number one. So I'm gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna start doing my list. So first on my list is my best friend Janine, right? So the crazy thing about Janine is I used to have a little crush on her when I was like 15, and she was like however old she was, because I started working at the rink when I was 16. And she always used to be like, Trenton, I'm your sister, you can't have me. I didn't really have a little crush on her, but the thing is, like, what I seen in Janine a long time ago when I was a kid is how she handled herself and how she handled her business and stuff. So that made me be like, well, when it's time for me to get a wife, you know what I mean, I need somebody that's as strong-minded and as strong-willed as Janine is, you know what I mean? Because she's always stood for something, even when the things like, before she gave her life to God, she always stood for her she always stood upon her morals, you know what I mean? Like, now me and Janine have been through the ringer. We've been friends. There's been times where she almost blocked me for a lifetime or for a long time. And I'm gonna keep it real. In my first relationship, when I was younger, Janine actually was the one that told my girlfriend at the time that I was cheating on her, or I had cheated on her. Not cheating, I wasn't cheating on her, but I had cheated on her. And I couldn't understand for the longest time. Like, me and Janine probably stopped talking probably for a good 5 to 6 months. We stopped talking because I was so crushed. Like, you say you my friend, but then you turn around and do this. But see, back when I was younger, I didn't know that that's actually what a friend is. And the reason that she did that is because Janine she's always held me to a different standard when it comes to people in her life, you know what I mean? Like, I was a young age chilling with her and her friends, you know what I mean? And they were always older than me. They were always older than me, and none of them ever had a problem with me being around because I was so mature for my age. You know what I mean? Like, and Janine held me at a higher standard than probably most of the people in her life. Still probably today, she holds me at a different standard, and the standard isn't because I'm just special, which I am special, of course, but nah, the standard is because she knows my potential, she knows what I'm capable of, and she refuses to let me be anything under that. You know what I mean? So when she did what she did, and she told my ex-girlfriend that I was cheating on her, what she did is she's like, you know, you're not a womanizer. Your mom didn't raise you like that, and you got these girls running around here looking stupid, like blah blah blah. Now, meantime, again, I didn't know that I was dealing with issues of power because my father wasn't around. You know what I mean? And I just had childhood trauma that made me not care, but I did care at the same time. You know what I mean? It was really weird, but she was the one that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that I do and I can think about before I do them now, because I've been through stuff, and Janine had to correct me, whether I liked it or not. You know what I mean? She was always one there to correct me. And the crazy thing is, we from two different sides of the track. I mean, we both grew up in impoverished neighborhoods and stuff like that, but she's from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm from Syracuse, New York. You know what I mean? Like, we was raised two different ways. There's a ghetto in every place has a bad side. Every place has a ghetto. So my ghetto was different from her ghetto. You know what I mean? Like, things were just different. But when I moved to Columbus and she took me in, you know what I mean, under her wing, she never let me go, because, like I said, she's told me, like, I see the potential in you. I know what you can be. You're going to be a good father. You're going to be a good husband. You're going to be all of this stuff, you know what I mean? But you just need to learn some of the ropes, you know what I mean, from a woman's perspective as we go, you know what I mean? And I didn't like it. I'm not going to lie to you. If you talk to her, she'll tell you. We almost fell out a few times, but at the end of the day, she always came back. Or we always ended up like mashing the tension and just seeing what the friendship was really worth. You know what I mean? And we've been friends for going on 16 years or so, man. And I've learned a lot of stuff from her. She's actually the one that inspired me to start doing, as far as like my clothing line. And I got woken up out of my sleep with the idea of it. But she was the one that inspired me to start doing my clothing line, because, believe it or not, when she first started, she offered me, like, she wanted to do like a sports, like the sports part of her clothing line was going to be my clothing line. Like, she was trying to give me that, and I would be over it. She would just make the clothes and help me and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want to do it back then when she did it, because she's been doing this for a minute. And back then I didn't want to do it. I wasn't even thinking about it. It was nothing I was even like considering for real. I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. You know what I mean? So she was the one that put the entrepreneurship and in my brain to start selling clothes and stuff like that. And just the way that she moves is just it's nice, man. The way that she moves is nice. After she gave her, because if y'all knew Janine when I met her, she used to cut, her mouth was disgusting. She used to cuss a lot. She used to cuss like it was unladylike how she was cussing. And she used to drink Hennessy all the time, and she was just a different person. But then, as she got married and wanted to get on the right track and stuff like that, she ended up giving her life to God, and she hasn't turned back. She hasn't looked back. I mean, we all have our slip-ups. We all go out and, hey, there's no perfect Christian. You know what I mean? So she drinks, and she does not cuss anymore unless you piss her off. And of course, I've pissed her off a few times, so I've heard her cuss. But it's to the point now where hearing her curse used to be like normal. But if I hear her curse now, I'm like, oh, something really wrong, because she don't sound right doing it, because she completely did a 360. And I think that's why she is as successful as she is, because man, when she put her mind to something, she can do anything. You know what I mean? Like, so Janine, that's a lot about her. And don't get a big head when you watch this, because, I know how you do. But I love you, and thank you for everything and putting up with me as well all of these years. So Janine is the first person. I'm going to say my sister is the second person, because me and her are like twins, but not twins. Like, we like paternal twins, but not identical twins. Like, she's the female version of me, but worse than me times 10. Because Kira has always been one she's always been one to speak her mind, She's always been one to be different with, if you know my sister, she's into the makeups. She's into the wild nail colors. She's into the wild hair. You know what I mean? She all of that. And I'm the exact opposite. Like, I like to be completely boring. I like the same thing. I mean, every time. You know what I mean? I like simple stuff. But when it comes to our attitudes and our spirits, like, me and Kira mesh so good. That's why she always called me her twin. I call her my twin, because we're the same person. Yeah. My sister is, she's the one that gets me on the straight and narrow when I call her with some nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, and she's like, if you don't want the truth, you probably shouldn't talk to Kara, because she's not gonna hold her tongue. She's gonna be like, nah, let's just keep it, let's just keep it serious. Like, you were wrong for this, or you wasn't wrong for that, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes it's like, you could have said that a little bit different, because it's like I'm going, like, I feel a certain type of way right now, so I want a certain type of answer. You know what I mean? Like, I want the truth, but just sugarcoat it a little bit. You know what I mean? And Kara ain't for it. Kara ain't with the funnies whatsoever. Like, especially when she's in her little moods. You know what I mean? Like, my dad or my grandmoms, and somebody will call, or I talk to them and they like, how Kara? I'm like, Kara's just Kara. She's just in one of her little moods. You know what I mean? Like, so I haven't spoke to her or nothing, but ain't no love lost. And when I say ain't no love lost, I mean zero love. Like, I could call her when she in her funks and I'll do something stupid. Like, she knows how I am. She has multiple videos of me probably running around. Like, before I get in the shower, I'll be completely naked, but I'll be like holding my junk, and I'll walk in her room like, oh, did I forget something in here? She'd be like, oh my gosh. And she'll pull out her phone and try to get me. And then I'll turn around running, and all you see is ashy butt cheeks. You know what I mean? Like, she got me. I used to go in her room. We lived with my mom, or when me and her lived together in our apartment, I used to go in her room and just do stupid stuff, beating on the door. Like, and she never, like, those are the times that matters the most to her. You know what I mean? Those are the times that she enjoys the most. But, whenever I need her for whatever it is, she's always willing to just, if it's her last, Kara will give it to me. And she won't do that for a lot of people, but her brothers, Kara loves her brothers. She loves her brothers. She's the only girl on my mom's side. My mom got 5 boys and it's just her. So she hated her life coming up, but she'll do anything for us. And I love her to death. So my sister has to be the second person. And she's going through, she was just told that her cancer came back. So she's going through chemo and stuff right now. Like, and she's, she has to be taken. She had 2 jobs and they made her quit one of her jobs because the radiation and the chemo and stuff is going to be too hard on her body, and she's going to have to rest. So she's also a survivor. She's a survivor, and she's a fighter. She's a fighter because it went away the first time she had it. Now it came back, and now they caught it early enough to make to get it to go away again. But that's my life, and I love her. So that's the second person. The third person is going to be Jennifer. Now, I've only known Jennifer, and I'm going to have to get Jennifer on the show so y'all can meet her and y'all can hear her country ass talk. She's from Alabama, and I just met Jennifer when we started working at TISA. So I've known Jennifer for probably 3 years now, going on 3 years, but with Jennifer, it's like I'm like the son that she didn't have, because Jennifer got 2 girls, and she bounced on them. She left them in Alabama with her grandkids and stuff. But I'm like the son that she never had, but like a best friend too. You know what I mean? Like, so Jennifer is the one that we meshed from day one. You know what I mean? Like, we meshed from day one. And the reason that Jennifer helps me is because she is so old school, it's not even funny. And now I have to explain stuff to her, and I'll be like, Jennifer, this is how this goes nowadays, and this is how this goes nowadays. And she'll tell me about stuff that happened to her way back in her relationships and how she would handle the situation. Or if I'm going through something, I can go to Jennifer about it, and she'll be like, okay, well, this is what I would do. What do you think you should do? And then we'll just, break that down into what really should happen for the situation. and I'll go from there. But Jennifer has, her point of views are so different because her family's so big, and she's from down south. She's from Alabama. So they was raised completely different than us. I'm from New York, right? So the stuff that she was talking about and she was doing as a kid, like my mom and them had a completely different story because they wasn't in the country. You know what I mean? And she was raised different. But Jennifer was really cool with, she was really close to all of her brothers and stuff. So she hung around them growing up. And then her dad, she got a, I wish I could tell y'all the stuff, like the sayings that her dad have, but they be the funniest stuff. But they be real though. They be realistic stuff. Like, and it's just the way he put stuff. And Jennifer remember all of them. Like when I tell her a situation, she'd be like, my dad said, but he be dead on though. He be like, his wisdom is out of this world though. You know what I mean? So when she tell me that, I take that stuff and I'll be like, oh nah, Duke was right. So I put that into my memory bank, you know what I mean? But still getting to know Jennifer, but she's helped me out in a lot of ways when it comes to getting a female and getting a female's perspective on certain situation, and what I should do with this situation, and you know, even just life situations in general. Like if I can't make my decision up, because I see Jennifer a lot because we work together. She's my lead on the floor, you know what I mean? So I see her often, you know what I mean? And she's helped me out in these last 3 years for real, you know what I mean? And I can talk to Jennifer about anything. Like Jennifer, I can curse around Jennifer, you know what I mean? Like, and she understands it, you know what I mean? But it would be a completely different story with my mom, because I don't like cursing around my mom like all like that, you know what I mean? But Jennifer has helped me a lot, and that's my dog. So Jennifer would have to be the third person. And like I said, I'm still getting to know Jennifer. I'm sure she's gonna be around for a minute. She actually wants to move to Florida like next year or something. So even when she moves, we'll still keep in touch because that's my dog. So Jennifer, what up, Jennifer? So that's the third one. My fourth one is gonna be my godmom. Now, I'll have to get my godmom on the show too when I go back home, or when she comes down here to visit. I'm gonna have to get her on there. But my godmom is the smoothest, man. My godmom is my mom's best friend, but she's also my cousin. So my mom and my godmom, Lisa, they grew up together, and they was thick as thieves, yo. Like, if you seen one, the other one wasn't too far behind. Like, they grew up, you know, everybody has that favorite cousin. That favorite cousin that you have, or the cousin that you grew up with, and y'all got into everything and all of that other stuff. Like, that's why my mom made her my godmother. You know what I mean? And I think I have the best godmoms in the world, because she's always been also, like, I think the godparents are, you know, if you're like at a younger age, if something was to happen to your parents, the next people up to get the kid would be your godmom. So with my mom putting my life in my godmom's hands, it meant a lot to me as well. You know what I mean? Like, and my god brother Jordan and my god sister Bree, I love them to death. And I gotta get Jordan on here because Jordan is too smart for his age. With his relationship stuff and how he be explaining stuff is just hilarious. Bree always got an attitude, but not with me, because she loved me. But I highly doubt she would get on here. But I love my godmom too, because my godmom just fly. She just a fly creature, yo. Like, since I can remember, she's always driven a Cadillac. They always had a nice house. You know what I mean? She always was the one to say, whatever you need, whenever you need it, no matter what time of day it is, you can call me and I'm gonna answer, and I'll give you my last if I have it. It's point blank like that. You know what I mean? Like, she's always, I don't call her Lisa, I call her mom. You know what I mean? Because she's really my second mother. Like for real, my second mom. I can call her and talk to her about anything. And she's another one that's been through, I think her and my mom are around the same age. So she's another one that's been through a lot and that can help me with a lot as well too. And she's a dope in it. She dresses mad fly. She walk with a swagger. Like she's tall and light skinned. She's so beautiful, and I just love her. I love my godmom. She's a warrior, man. That's my warrior child. That's my, I mean, not my warrior child. That's my warrior mom. So my godmother would have to be, my godmoms will have to be the fourth person that I wanted to give her flowers and tell her too I love her. Now, my fifth one has got to be my grandmoms. You know what I mean? Merly Pearly. This lady has done the abundance. She's done the most. You know what I mean? She's done the most for me because that's just your grandmoms. You know what grandparents are there for. They're there to spoil you. You know what I mean? They're there to give you the old wisdom. You know what I mean? They're there to just be that comfort zone when you can't go nowhere else. And my grandmom's, she's the funniest thing ever, yo. I haven't seen her in a few years face to face. Like we FaceTime a few times, and I call her all the time. I call her at least once or twice a week. You know what I mean? And me and my grandmom's got a special relationship, you know what I mean? Because I used to think that Eric was her favorite grandson because he used to live with her, and she gives everybody nicknames. Like, I don't care who you are, she gives everybody nicknames. Like Eric's nickname is Jesse. My nickname is Sammy because she called my dad Big Sam. My sister's nickname is Daisy because she was a light bright when she was younger, so she called her Daisy as in a sunflower. She called Tori James. She called David Olivet. And she called Jared, I can't remember what she calls Jared. She called my mom Mika Steak, and she called my stepdad and my dad Israelite or something like that. Like she gives everybody nicknames. She gives everybody nicknames. So I'm Sam, and she used to sing this song to us when we was younger, when we was trying to go to sleep. I can't sing it like her. I'm gonna have to call her and see if I have to see if I have a voicemail, because she calls me singing all the time, and it's the funniest thing. She called me on my birthday singing. She called me if I don't pick up the phone, she'll sing like, Sam, you call me back, it's your grandmother. And the song she used to call it, the song she used to sing for us when we was young, she used to just say grandmother over and over. Grandmother, 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 grandma. And I mean, we loved it. We went to sleep every single time. So now I make her do it. I make her do it while I'm 32. And I be dying every time she do it, man. Like, so I call her and she'll say something and I'll start dying. She'd be like, Sam, what is wrong with you? You crazy. I'd be like, nah, grandma, you're funny. You're hilarious. Like, but she the OG. She's the OG. She's the one that birthed my moms. You know what I mean? Like, so without her, I wouldn't be here because my moms wouldn't be here. She's the OG, and she was the one that told me a long time ago when I was first getting into relationships, because when I was 16, or after I graduated, I moved back to New York for like 2 years, and I was living with her, and I had a girlfriend, and she was like, I don't understand why y'all get into relationships so young. You know what I mean? I think y'all should date around and find out what y'all want. You know what I mean? Like, and then get settled, get prepared for that when you get a little bit older, so you can get married, and then boom, you have everything out of your system. And honestly, honest to God, I wish I would have followed that, because it would have stopped me from a lot of mistakes that I made back in my previous relationships. It would have caused the whole, if I would have just stayed single, excuse me, and just dated around, you know what I mean? And when she say date, she'll be like, I'm not saying go sleep with everybody, but like, you should just date other people. You should get to know other females to see what you really want in a female, what you don't want in a female, you know what I mean? Like, and what you're looking for in your wife and stuff like that. And she said, that stuff will come to you the older you get. You'll realize what you want, you know what I mean, and things like that. So I think you shouldn't really be in a relationship. I can't stop you, but I don't think y'all should be in committed relationships at such young ages. Y'all should date around and see stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, that was one of the main things that she has ever told me. I mean, but I have probably a good, since I can remember, 10, 20 years of wisdom from her. You know what I mean? And she's been through so many sicknesses and fighting and stuff like that too, that like her strength is unmatched. You know what I mean? She's been through a lot. She used to drink, she used to smoke, she gave her life to God, and then she just started having health complications as she got older. You know what I mean? With kidney stones and in and out of the hospital right now and all of this other stuff. But when I call her, I can never tell unless she's asleep. You know what I mean? When she's not feeling good, she masks it like she's always masked it. You know what I mean? Like, cause she never showed us too much weakness, even when she wasn't mobile and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So my grandmoms would have to be the fifth woman that I want to give her flowers and tell, Grandma, I love you if you watching this, and you better watch it, cause I'm gonna snuff you if you don't. But I love you. And the last but not least, you already know what it is. It's my angel. It's my angel that God constructed specifically for me to succeed in this world. And she birthed me. She carried me for 9 months. She's taught me everything that I know as far as being a young man from a woman's perspective, and she had to be my dad a few times too. You know what I mean? She birthed all of my siblings. My angel, my mother, has to be my last pick for the day, because that woman right there has been through the ringer and back. You know what I mean? Even when the decisions was made for us to, even when she had to make decisions to go against what we wanted, and she knew that we were gonna feel some type of way towards her. She knew that there was a possibility that we was even gonna like hate her, which was in the case of taking us away from everything we knew, because that was the biggest thing ever, taking us away from everything we knew back in New York to bring us here to Columbus, Ohio. She said it was gonna be the right thing. She said it will work out in the long run. My mom knows stuff that happens when we don't even tell her nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I was sneaking out of the house going to see somebody, and you know what I mean, doing stuff I shouldn't, and I thought she was asleep. Meanwhile, she was asleep, but her relationship with God is so ill that he would tell her what's going on so she could pray and just ask for covering as we was out doing what we was doing. That's ill body, man. Whether you know it or not, my mom's prayer and her relationship with God has saved me and my family so many times. You guys wouldn't even understand if I tried to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing was, she was always the type to say, I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. You know what I mean? As far as when it comes to relationships and friendships, I'm going to be here to support y'all and whatever y'all do. But I will tell y'all, she not the one. You shouldn't be friends with this person, and I'm gonna leave it at that. After I tell y'all that much, I'll let y'all do what y'all want to do. And even if she didn't like the person, you would never be able to tell. You know what I mean? Because she was so ill with it. You know what I mean? Like, she knew how to put on her poker face and just deal with the people being around. But when it was all said and done, if somebody ain't there or something happened and we ended up not being friends with that person or something, she's like, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? But I told you that ain't the right person for you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? My mom has taken in kids. She's helped raise my little cousins. Actually, she's raised probably 80% of my family. You know what I mean? She's the mother. She's the glue that keeps everybody together. You know what I mean? When we first moved here, my dad literally had to make her stop answering phone calls because so many people was relying on my mom's wisdom back at home. You know what I mean? That he was getting mad about it. Like, you can't even deal with what we got going on here because everybody there is still living through you. It was probably us moving here and getting my mom out of there was probably the best move, just for the simple fact that there is such thing as living for people and you being too stressed to the point where you die. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we would have stayed there, everybody depends on my mom so much, you know what I mean, that if we would have stayed there, I'm not saying she would be dead right now, but I'm saying she would be worse off in health than what she is now because of just off of the strength of taking on everybody's stress and trying to heal everybody's issues. But the bigger picture is that's just how big her heart is. My mom has the biggest heart I've ever came across in my life, and I think that's why my heart is as big too, because I say, like, with certain people I wanted to just leave alone, and I just wanted to, you know what I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, we was cool and we not now, and just people I shouldn't care about. I always say that's my mom's in me. I love niggas I shouldn't. It's just that, you know what I mean? Like, she's forgiving, but she always is cognizant of what's going on around her. You know what I mean? Like, it may look like she don't understand or like you getting over on her, but trust me when I tell you, my mom sees and hears everything. You know what I mean? And she raised all of us into the people that we are today, or my whole family. She's raised us and she's made me the man that I am, respectable. You know what I mean? Like, and she'll still put me down right now if it came down to it. My mom used to call Eric back when he was living in Syracuse or wherever he was living, and he would be drunk in his drunken stupors, and my mom would just be like, put Eric on the phone, and he would literally run from the phone because he knew once he heard her voice, he knew the authority in her voice. He had to do whatever she said, you know what I mean, to do. Just simple as that. He had to do whatever she said do. And he would come in the house being loud, and my grandmoms would have to call my mom like, Jesse doing this, and she'd be like, Eric, go upstairs, get in your bed, and don't come out of that room for the rest of the night. And I mean, just like that. All the way from Ohio to New York, it's the authority in her voice. She's built a relationship with all of her kids where we're comfortable enough to come to my mom about whatever we need. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what. I think I remember telling her the first time I had sex, I'll walk in there and I'll just like, Mom, can you check this? And it'll be like something around my private area. I'll just pull my pants down and she'd be like, oh my gosh, like, my mom is the best thing that has ever happened to my life, yo. Like, she's the best thing that has ever happened to my life. Our relationship is unmatched. She's my original best friend. She's always gonna be my first lady. Until I get married, of course, then my wife and then my mom, and you know how that goes, but that's a different category. But my angel, man, she's my angel. She's been my on-site protector, my earth protector. And I thank her for her prayers. I thank her for putting up with me and being worried when I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, and she knew I shouldn't have been doing it. I want to thank her for the trust of knowing that I'll be okay, you know what I mean, and I'll make the right decisions as I grow up. I hope I'm making you proud. I never really asked her that, and I just want to congratulate you on 50 years of life. My mom will be 50 at the end of this month, so I'm gonna give her a round of applause for 50 years of life. And I just want to tell her thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me, Mom. Thank you for continuing to put up with me and my nonsense. And even when I piss you off or I piss everybody else off, thank you for not changing up on me. You know what I mean? And just thank you for mending me into the man that I am today. I really appreciate you. I don't know what I would do without you. And I loves yous. So thank you, Mother. So yeah, that's gonna be my 6 women. I appreciate all you ladies. I appreciate all of the women in the world that's actually real women. that's not spiteful with their kids against the baby dads, you know what I mean? That's lovable, that's understanding, that's willing to sit down and talk, that's willing to help men out, because we need all the help that we can get in the world, yo. We need all of the help. And I just want to thank you guys so much, because you guys make the world go round. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. So that's going to be topic of the day. And like I said, that's just inspired by International Women's Day, because I actually missed the day. I missed that episode, so I wanted to bring some light to a few women in my life. And of course, I got a ton more. I could sit here for 2 hours and tell y'all about some of the women in my life that I just appreciate, man. But those was just a few of them that have an impact in my life probably every day. So thank you, ladies. I love you guys. So with that being said, normally I would get hype right now because it's time to talk about sports. But there's something going around called a coronavirus. I don't know if y'all heard about it. And yeah, that's canceled everything. And I'm tight. All I'm going to say right now, and I'm going to move on, this better get under control before football season. I'm not joking. It kind of hurt to not be able to see the NCAA tournament happening, because this is the first time since I've been alive, you know what I mean, that I'm not going to be able to watch the tournament and stuff. But get this under control right now. I'm not joking no more. Like, when you start putting my sports in jeopardy is when I really start getting tight. Y'all come up with some vaccines. Y'all probably already got a vaccine and just don't want to give it to people, or it costs $1 million to get it. Whatever y'all got to do, get this under control, B. I'm covered by the blood of God, so I'm not worried about getting it. But come on, man. Y'all got to get this under control, because if this ain't gone by football season, we going to have some problems. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to start protesting or something. We going to have issues. Y'all need to get this y'all need to get this under control, seriously. And it's going to piss me off. I don't even want to talk about it, because I went to the store today. All the tissue and stuff is gone. All the hand sanitizer, all the Lysol. And I'm like, so people ain't been washing their ass? Like, y'all ain't been wiping your ass with tissue before now? Y'all haven't been washing your hands before? Now, wonder why y'all so worried about getting sick. Y'all nasty. Y'all should have been hand sanitizing every time you touch something, and not. Y'all weird. People are weird and y'all ignorant. Y'all so ignorant. It's so nasty. Y'all so ignorant. It's mad. You can't go nowhere and buy no toilet paper. You can't go nowhere and buy y'all just, nobody said nobody said get 10 things, a 24 pack of toilet paper. Nobody said that. Like, you're not going to be quarantined for 4 years. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all weird, man, but whatever. We off that. Just get it together before football season, because I don't have nothing to report. There's nothing on. I thought I was gonna be able to watch baseball. I'm like, cool. The NCAA go off. It's spring training. Let me go watch. I can catch up on the Yankees, see what they doing. Nope, Yankees canceled too. Like, so no, I can't. No Mavericks. The Ravens aren't practicing. Like, the NFL draft is coming up in June. Y'all got to get this together, B. Y'all got to get this, or April. It's at the end of this month. It's next month, I think. It isn't. Yo, y'all got to get this together. Because I need to see what my boys do in the draft. Like, stop playing. Sports is my life. Sports is probably 25% of my life. I need my sports, and y'all making me crazy. It's a Saturday, and I ain't got nothing to do. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to probably get on the game and play Madden all day or something. I'm cooking some spaghetti tonight. I got to clean my crib, but after that, I don't know what to do. It's supposed to be mad. All right, I'm off this. Whatever. Get this together, B. Anyways, so moving on, we're going to go to cinema sit down. I watched a few joints. My first joint is going to be Invisible Man. I went and seen Invisible Man. It was a good movie. Out of 10, I'll give it like a 7.9. Suspicion was good, but I don't like how they kept panning away from, like, a person that we can see, and they was panning to him when he was invisible. You know what I mean? And it's like, what are we looking at? Like, he's invisible. They kept panning away. And on top of that, the music was way too scary for that movie. You know, the music of the movie sets the mood for everything. So, the music was just way too loud, and it was way too scary for that movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a suspense thriller. It's not a horror movie, and it had like horror music in it. You know what I mean? So it was good. I would recommend recommend seeing it, but it wasn't. It's not all like it's just it's some things that they could have tweaked, but it's good overall. The second joint I'm gonna tell you how to watch is on Netflix. It's called The Trial. It's a documentary called The Trial of Gabriel Fernandez. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm gonna have to start it over and watch it again. But it's hard to watch. I watched like the first 10 minutes of it and cut it off because it's brutal. What it's about is there's a family. This mom was dating this guy, and one of her sons they thought was gay at a young age. So what they did was they tortured him to try to torture the gay out of him. That's not the way that worked, G. But the kid was young, and they ended up torturing him. They ended up torturing him to the point where they killed him. You know what I mean? Like the torture really, like they literally tortured him to death. It's tough to watch because it's kids involved. It's tough. So I tried to watch it like twice. I can't get past the first 10 minutes because it's sad. It's really sad. But if y'all like documentaries, I heard it's really good. The first 10 minutes was good, but I can't get past that. What I watched earlier today was called Lost Girls. It's a movie, but it's actually a true story I didn't know. And this is about a lady that I think she has 3 girls, and I think one of them, which is her oldest, is a foster child. And she's kind of wild, you know what I mean? They've been in the system, and she got fired from her job and stuff like that. And one night, they're setting the table for, you know, the 4 of them to eat, and the oldest one doesn't come home. And then the next day, the younger one wakes up and she's like, "Mom, so-and-so's boyfriend called me asking me if I had seen her, blah, blah, blah." And to make a long story short, if y'all gonna watch it, what happened is she was kind of wild. She was dating somebody, and I think she got into like the prostitution or sex ring or whatever. And she went to this little town with these rich guys or wealthy people. And, you know, she went to go do her thing one day, and she got caught up with some man, and he ended up killing her and putting her in the woods. You know what I mean? So they was looking for her. But it actually was a true story, and I didn't know. I didn't know it was a true story until the ending. They showed the real picture of the family and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting. It's kind of slow, but at the same time, it gets good and it picks up. But you got to see it because it's wild. It's actually the police fault, because she called the police when she was running and she hid from them. The police took an hour and a half to get to her, and by the time they got to her, the body was already gone and they couldn't find her. So it took a few weeks after that until they found her, and then they found her in a swamp or something, deceased, like her bones was just laying there. It's crazy, but it was good. And if you watch On My Block, the third season of that came out, but it's not as good as the first 2 seasons. The acting is horrible. I watched it in like a day because the episodes is only like 30 minutes, and I think it's only like 8 episodes or something. It's not great. Yeah, The Invisible Man, The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez, Lost Girls, and On My Block, if y'all want to watch that. Of course, Riverdale. I caught up on Riverdale, and I have to catch up on The Outsider because I heard The Outsider is phenomenal. But yeah, those. So moving on to Music Loop. I didn't talk about it last week, but I forgot that it came out. Uzi's joint dropped. Now, I tried to listen to it. It's just not for me. But Uzi does what Uzi does. And if you like him, I'm going to say that it's great, because I think he sold like 400 and something 100,000 units in 1 week, which is awesome. You know what I mean? But it's just not for me. I just don't understand. That's not my generation worth of rap. I know real music. That's not real music to me. But Uzi's joint came out, and Jay Electronica finally. Oh my gosh, Jay Electronica. I'm gonna say it's a feature album with Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is like on all of the songs. But he got a song with Travis Scott on his joint. Oh my gosh, Jay Elec's joint is the production is phenomenal. The messages, just go listen to it. JLX joint. So Uzi's and JLX, that's all that really came out in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of Lucy's that I could tell y'all about, but y'all gotta follow me on Snap because I play those for a song of the night. You know what I mean? So I'm not telling y'all about no Lucy's. I'm just telling y'all about albums to go and listen to. So boom, that's Music Loop. And with that being said, we're gonna end this at 50 minutes. I didn't mean to have it this long, but it is what it is. I don't care. So you know, y'all know what I'm drinking. This is Cheers. I got the berry lemonade Stelzer joints because I love Stelzer, and I finally found the truly hard lemonades Stelzers. I couldn't find these for like a few weeks, but I finally found them when I went to go see my mom today at work. So this is the truly Seltzer hard lemonade. This is mango lemonade. I'm about to see how this tastes because I've never tasted this. That's really good. That's really good. I like that. I knew I would like them though because I like lemonade. And then I got the Verde. Yeah, I know how we do. Gotta have the Verde. We pops bottles, you heard? I like this little cheap champagne or whatever it is. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna cheers y'all out. I did not mean for this to be this long, but I had to tell y'all about my lady. So I apologize for it being so long. I'm gonna start trying to keep it under like 40 minutes or 30 minutes or something. I'll figure that out. But unless I have a guest, then we can go all day. And again, it's long, so y'all can come back and watch it. Y'all don't have to watch it in one sitting. But if you do, I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm gonna cheers to y'all. I'm about to sit here and do absolutely nothing because there's no sports on. But until the next go round, you already know what it is, yo. Stay up, stay safe. Don't touch your face and your eyes and all of that stuff. Wash your hands, wash your ass. You know what I mean? And just be safe out there. The good thing about the coronavirus is if you one of my friends or family, I prayed a covering over y'all so y'all ain't got to worry about getting it. But y'all do have to be smart and be safe. You know what I mean? You just can't be being nasty. But I prayed the cover of God over y'all. You know what I mean? The blood of God. So with that being said, yo, I'll see y'all on the next go round. This is Trenton's Tavern episode 23. This is my Jordan episode. So hopefully it's special, you heard? So until the next go round, I'll see y'all. You heard?